Okay, we're live. Okay, so hello everybody once again. My name is Chloe and welcome to VGS Let's Talk Gaming. So, first of all, I just wanted to say thank you all for tuning in. This is my very first time running the show, so please be patient with me if things get kind of whack, like they did just there. Um, as I said, my name is Chloe, and I'm a first year student here at Fredonia. Um, I'm a double major in English and psychology, and I have a minor in communication. As you may have guessed, I am very much into gaming. I mainly enjoy playing on Xbox, but I also own a PlayStation 4. Um, I'm definitely the least experienced in PC gaming and on the Nintendo Switch, but don't worry, I won't leave them out of the show. Some of my personal favorite games to play are RPGs such as Final Fantasy and MOBAs such as Smite. I love a game with a good story, but I love the classics too. I grew up playing games like Galaga, Space Invaders, and Dig Dug, and that love of games has grown so much over the years. Some other games I've been playing lately are Minecraft, Red Dead Redemption, the Witcher franchise, and pretty much anything similar to those titles. But enough about me, let's talk about the show. Okay. So the title of the show is VGS Let's Talk Gaming. There's like feedback.
Yeah. So we can, if you keep talking, I'll help you out with this. I'll do it.
Okay. So the title of the show is VGS Let's Talk Gaming. So VGS stands for Voice Guided System, and it's used in some games to provide communication between teammates directly through the game or match. It is commonly used in online multiplayer games such as Overwatch, League of Legends, and Smite. Since this show is talking about gaming and gaming news, I thought the title fit perfectly. In this show, we will talk about upcoming games, updates in games, gaming news, and I plan to have occasional guests on the show to speak about their personal experiences and recommendations. Something else that I really want to express to you all is that I really want this show to be a community thing. Your input is really important to me. I'd love to hear all about your thoughts on the topics we discuss and any suggestions on what I should discuss on the next show. Or if you have any questions about anything I talked about, I'd be happy to provide you with more information if possible. You don't need to follow me or anything, but if you'd like to send me a message in regards to the show, DM me on Instagram. It's at Chloe Kowalik. So that's CHLOE KOWALYK. I'd love to talk to you all and really connect with you guys. I want this to be a welcoming and accepting chill space where we can all vibe together no matter what you play on or how experienced you are in gaming. I also want to stress that anyone can game. This is not a place for gatekeeping or anything like that, so let's just all try to enjoy gaming together as one. That being said, this week we will be discussing things like the new PlayStation 5, the new Xbox Series X, the new Minecraft update, recent games, and some other recent announcements in gaming. Okay, so first, as many of you may already know, Fredonia has an esports lounge on campus. It is located in Schultz Hall and is available to all students. Inside, there are 13 top-of-the-line Alienware computers, an Xbox One X, a PlayStation 4 Pro, and a Nintendo Switch with plenty of games for all the systems. It also features 2 large-screen TVs and comfortable seating that allows for audience viewing and entertainment. The lounge is open from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. every day. To get in, just knock on the door and someone will let you in. If no one answers, call the Schultz RA office at 716-673-3563. Once again, that's 716-673-3563. If you get no answer for either, the lounge is closed for the time being. Be sure to wear your mask and sign in upon entry. I went in there on Sunday and everyone was really nice. The room is just so cool. It has great lighting. It's dark enough where you can see your screen without an awful glare. I know, like, when I'm playing Xbox or watching a movie in my room, there is sometimes a glare on my screen from the window, and you don't need to worry about that even happening in the esports lounge. I would suggest that those of you on campus check it out. I think it's really impressive. So next, the release of the PlayStation 5. I'm sure many of you have already heard, but a new PlayStation is dropping. The PlayStation 5 makes its debut and will be released on November 12th. It is $499, and the digital edition will be $399. So the new PlayStation was available for pre-order on September 17th at select retailers. So basically, let's talk about what this thing does. What separates it from the PlayStation 4? So the PlayStation 5 has been conceptualized by PlayStation and Sony since 2015. Sorry, live people. I know. There we go. That's probably better. Okay. So, according to PlayStation themselves, this is a direct quote, there aren't any unnecessary components and the design is efficient. A few goals of the system they highlighted, was reducing the noise level of the console, enhancing the cooling capacity, and quieter operating sounds. Many controllers, headsets, and PlayStation VR products should work properly, but I would do some research first on your specific accessory. For example, the DualShock 4 controllers that come with the PlayStation 4, they will work on the PlayStation 5 for PlayStation 4 games, but not PlayStation 5 games. So with that being said, to quote PlayStation, almost all PlayStation 4 titles will be compatible with the new PlayStation. But what new games can we expect with the release of the PlayStation 5? Here's a list of games coming to PlayStation 5 that were made by Sony in their own studios. So this is a little bit of a list. So here you go. So the new God of War, Horizon Forbidden West, Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales, so that's new, Gran Turismo 7, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Demon's Souls, Returnal, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, Astro's Playroom, and Destruction All-Stars. Some other third-party games, this is another very exhaustive list, that are going to be playable on the PlayStation 5 are Final Fantasy 16, which is XVI, same thing, Project Athia, Hogwarts Legacy, Devil May Cry 5, Five Nights at Freddy's, Security Breach. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach is the same thing, sorry. Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, NBA 2K21, FIFA 21, Madden 21, Marvel's Avengers, Far Cry 6, Gotham Knights, hi Caitlin, Dragon Age 4, and Little Nightmares 2. But don't worry, I won't leave you with all these long, exhaustive lists. We will go through the games individually as it gets closer to their release dates and as you express interest in them. So I bet you're wondering now, will the PlayStation 5 have virtual reality? Yes. PSVR is compatible, and there are rumors of PSVR 2. So let's just wrap that section up here, as I know not everybody plays on PlayStation. There is definitely content here we can discuss in the next few weeks, so I will definitely keep you updated. So now for the next topic, I'm sure you all knew this was coming, the Caves and Cliffs update in Minecraft. So I'm actually very curious as to what you guys think about this. I know like a lot of people have been wanting this update for a long time, and people have been like begging Mojang for it. But a lot of veterans haven't, believing that it is changing way too much about the game and adding too much to like a simple, humble game such as Minecraft. So let me know what you think. But let's just kind of talk about the update itself. So first, the cave aspect of the Caves and Cliffs update comes with improved cave generation, which features cave types such as lush caves, which is basically vegetation and plants, and dripstone caves, which will have crystal-like formations forming from the ceiling. Mojang also added a new archaeology system where you can uncover fossils and dig deep into the history of the game. They also added new items for the caves, including crystals, amethyst geodes, telescopes, bundles. So the bundles are just basically like little storage sacks. The the skulk, sensor, and block, which is used for redstone, and a new mob called the Warden. So the Warden is blind, and it uses like the skulk sensors in the caves to sense the vibrations of the player in the cave biome called Deep Dark. So the Warden does a high amount of damage, and it should be fought very strategically. It's kind of like, do you know like that video of like that Twitch streamer that was getting chased by the Underman? He was screaming, "What was that damage, my guy?" It's like that. So now on to the cliff part of the Caves and Cliffs update. There will be more impressive mountain generation and mountain goats to populate them. Copper is also a new material being added to the game, which is mineable in caves and can be used by the player. However, after using copper for a long time, it will start to turn green, much like the Statue of Liberty. We don't exactly know if copper can be used like iron to make weapons and armor, but it looks really nice on builds. Another new mob being added to the game is the axolotl. I had to look up how to pronounce that, not gonna lie, for the show. And oh my gosh, you guys, these guys, they are the cutest things ever. Look up a picture of an axolotl. It's AXOLOTL after the show. You won't regret it. They're so cute. So these little amphibians, they live in the water and they spawn in the lush caves biome. So they are a neutral mob, and they come in 3 colors, a light pink, a green, and a brown. They also come in buckets, much like the fish in the game already, so you can kind of like scoop them up. And also, as you might have seen on social media, Mojang added, or well, they had a vote to add in like what the new mob would be. So the winner was the glow squid. And the glow squid is a passive luminescent squid that lives deep in the water. And that's pretty much all we know about it so far. Some other items being added into the game with the new update include candles, powders, snow, and lightning rods. So the lightning rods are made with the copper to attract lightning onto your builds. But right now, we don't have a release date for the update just yet. I saw something saying summer of 21. That seems like a long time, but you never know. This is going to be like a really big update. I'm not sure yet. I'll let you guys know if I figure it out, though. So here's my opinion on the new update. I've played Minecraft for like a long time. In fact, I had the game on my 4th generation iPod Touch. You know, like the one that's like got the shiny background, and like in that one Percy Jackson movie, you could like look through it. I had that. So I'm not really sure if I'd be considered a veteran since I was in kindergarten when the game came out, but I know the game pretty well. So I think that, yes, Minecraft is a much different game than it was in 2009 when it first came out. A lot has been added into the game, but the fact of the matter is that it's still Minecraft, and this is how Mojang is attracting new players to their game to keep the love of Minecraft among the community still going. So I personally think it's a cool update and that it'll add a lot to the game. But it is kind of straying further and further from the Minecraft that we once knew, but it's still really fun to play. Okay, live people, hold on. I have to do a liner. Okay, hold on. All right, next topic, everybody. So this is an interesting one. I have 3 words for you. Ready? Steve in Smash. Yes, you heard me. Last Thursday, Nintendo released that Steve and Alex from Minecraft will be added into the character roster in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Guys, this is going to be released on October 13th, which is 5 days away. So I'll kind of tell you a little bit about Steve's abilities in Smash, because I think it's really interesting, like how they're going to do it. So here's just a little bit of information on it. So Steve's taunt is eating a steak, and his regular jump isn't high enough to get to most platforms, but he can still build using blocks. And his regular attacks are swinging a sword, just like in the game. His side smash is a sweep attack. His axe is used as an anti-air attack and to juggle enemies. The pickaxe... Hold on, sorry. The pickaxe is used for mining from the ground and for a dash attack that quickly closes gaps. You can also upgrade your weapons from wood to iron and even diamond. However, these weapons can break, leaving you defenseless, so you kind of have to keep an eye on that. And you can craft using materials obtained from the nearby floor and walls. There's also a magma block ability and a minecart ability for additional damage. It is important to note, however, that Steve and Alex are not separate characters, but they're rather skins of the same character with the same abilities. So, like, all the abilities that I just explained, they're for the same character. Like, Steve and Alex don't have different abilities. They're the same. So that means you can either choose Steve or Alex as a skin, and there's also going to be skins of a zombie and Enderman. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to play. I have to play 3 booth songs for my show, so I'm going to do that. Oh god, not that. Oops. Oh no. MP3 up. Okay. Let me make sure. I don't know if that's going. Okay, that should be going. Sorry, YouTube people. How are you guys? We kind of had to sit through a song, but the radio people, they can't hear me right now. I just realized it's gonna be copyrighted. Oh no. There we go. Okay, hopefully I don't get copyright striked. How are you guys? You have to tell me in the chat because now we have to sit through a song. This is gonna get better as we do more shows and I get kind of like used to this whole operating system. Oh my gosh, the song is 6 minutes. It's okay. Yeah, so basically I have like different things that I need to do for the station to kind of qualify. Also, Mitchell, if you're watching this, I'm gonna kill you for calling me. Just kidding, but I don't know. Please comment in the chat so this isn't awkward. I'm sorry, you guys. It's gonna get way better, I promise. Yeah, that's kind of like the difference between like the 2 like radio channels. So for this one, there's kind of like more you have to do. Like I would have to do like an ad read for like a club on campus, but we don't have any coming in just yet as there's not a lot of events happening right now because of Corona. But yeah, I don't know. I still have a lot more to talk about. So the next thing we're going to talk about is Among Us, which is, I think, pretty interesting because it's just this little game from 2018 that blew up so much. The 4 of you that are here, you guys are really loyal. Sitting through this song with me. Aw. Yes. I can talk at the same time the song is playing, but I just want to make sure it's quiet. I don't know if you can hear it, but I know it's very different. The setup was a little bit weird. Maybe I can fix it for you. I closed out of a tab. Oh no, it's back. Okay. I put you here. Oh, how's that? There you go. Here's my mic. Okay. Loyal viewers. Okay. I wish I knew who you guys were. I know you're probably my parents and Caitlin. I don't know. I say let's get back to it. I'm going to keep the music going, just very quiet. Okay. All right, guys, let's get back into it. We're going to talk about Among Us like I promised. All right, let me get the radio people going. Okay. Radio people, you should be able to hear me. So, moving on from Minecraft, Among Us is also a very popular game right now. So, for anyone who may not know, Among Us is an online multiplayer game. It is basically a whodunit, where you're working with. Oh, it's working. I'm so proud. Okay. Where you're working with other players to maintain a spaceship. So, like, the players are all given tasks to do to, like, keep the spaceship going. And that's how you win. If you complete all the tasks, you win. However, one player is secretly the imposter, and they must fake tasks and kill the other players without having their identity revealed. So, if any of you have ever played the Jackbox game Fake in it, it's basically like that. So, Among Us has blown up in the past few weeks, and it is actually considered an indie deception game and was released back in 2018. So, why did it just blow up now? So, there's a couple reasons. The game, developed by the game development company Inner Sloth, was initially popular on Twitch. A Twitch employee recommended the game to popular Twitch streamer SodaPop, who streamed Among Us to his almost 3 million followers. So this got other people to play the game, and now millions of people know about it. Also, out of curiosity, many discovered the game that was also made by Inner Sloth. The game's characters also look similar to those of Fall Guy characters, if any of you know that game, which was also popular recently. So the game is also only $5 on Steam, and it's totally free on mobile devices. So that might be another thing that drew people to the game, is because it's so cheap. So I believe that another reason this game became so popular is because of COVID-19 and our need to self-isolate ourselves. Thank you, Nicholas Kowalik. With not much else to do, many people picked up gaming, causing almost all the GameStops in my hometown to be sold out of Nintendo Switches and gaming controllers, as many people discovered Among Us and other just gaming in general. So even social media is flooded with memes about Among Us, and you can't even as so much open up TikTok or Instagram without seeing something that has to do with the game. Many popular YouTubers, such as PewDiePie, have been playing the game a lot, landing Among Us a spot on people's thank you, Mitchell. Landing Among Us a spot on people's recommended and on the trending page. So talk about stonks, am I right? Anyway, personally, I really like the game. I played with a few friends over Discord, and we had hours of fun playing the game together. There's something really amusing about a friend group accusing each other of being an imposter in a video game. So overall, I'd really recommend the game to anyone who is new in gaming. The controls are pretty simple, and it's a nice, easy, kind of flowing game. And my one piece of advice, if you play Among Us, is never go in electrical alone. So bad things happen there. Anyways, moving on. So I know I promised we wouldn't just talk about the PlayStation 5 today. So how about the Xbox Series X? The new console is advertised by Microsoft as having true 4K gaming up to 120 FPS, 8K HDR, and in Microsoft's own words, it is the fastest, most powerful Xbox ever. So it features DirectX ray tracing that delivers true-to-life lighting, shadows, and accurate reflections to create dynamic living worlds. It also features 3D spatial sound, which makes you feel more immersed in the world of the game. There will be quicker loading speeds and the ability to seamlessly switch between games to resume where you last left off. So I think that's like really important. Also, on the controllers, if I had a controller here, I would show you. There will now be a small share button below the glowing Xbox button that's used as like a go home type thing. on the top of the controller. There will also be textures on the bumpers and the triggers, like LT, RT, RB, LB, for a better grip. The D-pad will now be a full circle, which lets you hit combos in every direction. Also, the new Xbox is compatible with your Xbox One accessories. This is very, very good. So, some games to look forward to include Halo Infinite, which is regarded as the most ambitious Halo game yet, so I look forward to seeing that. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, The Ascent, The Medium, which looks like a horror game, but I'm not totally sure. NBA 2K21, Watch Dogs Legion, FIFA 2021, and many more, including much of the games that I listed above when we were discussing like the new PlayStation 5. A lot of those you can also play on Xbox unless it was made directly by Sony. Then I would say probably not unless it says so. So the Xbox Series X is backwards compatible with thousands of games, including the Xbox One, the Xbox 360, and original Xbox games. So the new Xbox is sleek, featuring a split motherboard, heat sink to ensure cooling qualities, a vapor chamber, and a whisper quiet fan. The console will cost $499, which is the same as the PlayStation 5. To me, the new Xbox Series X sounds like it will be a fantastic competitor to the new PlayStation 5. Okay. All right. One sec, everybody. We need to do...
Tune in to WCBF 88.9 FM for the 6 o'clock news. The Fredonia Radio News Team will bring you stories affecting you right here in Fredonia. Every day at 6 o'clock on WCBF 88.9 FM, the voice of Fredonia.
Okay, sorry everybody. Kind of juggling two things. It's kind of weird. Okay. All right. So our next topic to discuss. So, what the heck happened to Mixer? So, if you're like me, you may have noticed how Mixer, which was a major live streaming service, which just randomly disappeared. Pretty much off the face of the earth. It just kind of like went away. It was heavily advertised all over Microsoft and actually had a connection with Xbox where players used to be able to live stream directly to Mixer from like their Xbox. It was just like an easy tab to go to. But now I noticed just one day it was gone and I never really knew what happened. So I kind of thought that I would explain on the show. So many Mixer streamers actually switched over to Twitch after Mixer announced that it was shutting down in June. So now that Mixer is no longer a competitor, Twitch ended up with 91.1% of all hours spent streaming on these platforms between July and September. So basically, everybody that was on Mixer at the time pretty much moved over to Twitch. I know I did as well personally. For sometimes I would just like live stream on Xbox, and now you can stream on Twitch rather than Mixer. So Mixer had been advertising Facebook gaming, which I haven't really heard too much about, but right before it like kind of fell apart and shut down, it was advertising Facebook gaming. So now if you go on mixer.com, like if you like type it into the search bar right now, it'll take you to Facebook gaming and not Mixer. Like Mixer doesn't even exist anymore. But this advertisement didn't work very well as Twitch has pulled in most of Mixer's previous streamers and viewers. So can we get some Fs in the chat for Mixer? I don't know. I liked Mixer when it was up. Like, I thought it was a fine service. It obviously was never as big as Twitch, but I still think it was decent. I'm not exactly sure why it shut down. I don't know if it was money or not having enough people on the service, but that might be part of it. So, next, we are going to discuss some movies that are coming out based on video games. So, I'm sure that many of you have heard by now, but there is a Monster Hunter movie being released soon. So, the movie is starring Mila Jovovich, I'm sure many of you know her. She was in a lot of the Resident Evil movies. Also starring is Tony Jaa and T.I., and the movie will be released on December 30th, 2020, and it's rated PG-13. So the blurb on IMDb states, when LT, Lieutenant Artemis, and her loyal soldiers are transported to a new world, they engage in a desperate battle for survival against enormous enemies with incredible powers. I think it sounds pretty interesting, but I guess I'll kind of like make a little bit of a comment about that. I recently got the Monster Hunter game. I think it was 2 summers ago, like the most recent one. I think it's a really fun game. It's really interesting. And I think the movie will be interesting as well when it comes out, especially since it's coming out so soon in like 2 months. I can't wait to see it, honestly. And I love Mila Jovovich. I think she's a great actor. I liked her in the Resident Evil movies, so I'm kind of excited to see how she will play Artemis. So, Monster Hunter is not the only game or video game turned movie making its debut. So, speaking about Resident Evil, a Resident Evil reboot movie is going to be an official origin story adaptation taking place in Raccoon City in 1998. Raccoon City, that's like the name of the place in the game, if you don't know. So the movie features a lot of pretty well-known actors and actresses, including Kaya Scodelario. She was in The Maze Runner. She will be playing Claire Redfield alongside Hannah John Kamen from Ant-Man and the Wasp as Jill Valentine. Robbie Amell from Upload as Chris Redfield. Tom Hopper from The Umbrella Academy as Albert Wesker. Avon Jogia was in Zombieland Double Tap. He will be playing Leon S. Kennedy. And Neil McDonough from Yellowstone, he will be playing William Birkin. So I'm personally really excited to see this movie as I love the Resident Evil franchise. But I'm really curious, which characters are you most excited to see? So my personal favorites are Claire and Leon. I just like playing them in the game, and just in general, they're some of my favorites. But it sounds like it's going to be a really cool film, and I'm very excited to hear more about it. Okay, next. So this was a huge topic over the summer recently, and that is the drama, I would say, that is between Apple and Epic Games, and Google as well. So if you're kind of confused, it's a little confusing. Here's some backstory. So in August, mobile Fortnite players started seeing a new payment option in the game. So the new option said Epic Direct Payment. Like, that's what the button said, which means that instead of paying Apple, then Apple paying Epic Games, like instead of like Apple being a third-party source that it would go through, like the payment, you would pay Epic directly if you hit that button, and it would cost less because it wasn't going through a third-party service. So by doing this, Epic intentionally circumvented paying Apple and Google their respective cut of goods sold through their digital storefronts. So Fortnite was using Apple and the Google Play Store, I think that's what it's called, to sell their product, but they weren't giving Apple and Google the money that they were, like a cut of the money they were making, but they were still using their service. So that's kind of where the drama is. As a response to Fortnite's actions, both Apple and Google removed Fortnite from their app stores, and thus we have our case. So since the game was removed from the app stores, it can no longer be updated, which does not allow mobile players to play with their friends on different devices. Epic takes the side saying that Apple is monopolizing the App Store and even implemented Apple as a villain in their game. So that is just a basic rundown of what happened. But why are we talking about this now? What's changed here? Give me one sec. Okay. Sorry, radio stuff. Okay. Uh-oh. Sorry, one quick minute. Okay, what has changed? So why is this a topic that we are bringing up now, if it's events that happen over the summer? So basically what happened is an article was actually released today. I got an alert on my phone about it, that we now have a date for the court case. So Apple and Epic will go to trial beginning May 3rd, 2021. However, it has not yet been decided how the trial is going to take place as a result of COVID-19. So whether it's in person, virtual, a mix of both, I'm just really interested to see how this plays out, as this is a really unique case and it could have major effects on mobile gaming in the future. Another part was that there was a software that Apple was allowing Epic Games to use for their games, and they took away that software. So this also has an effect on PUBG, as PUBG uses the same software for mobile gaming. So it's going to be like a huge impact on gaming, I would say, when the case comes out. So in May, we will hear more about it, and I guess we could follow the case, but 2021, so in a little bit. So I kind of want to talk about what we're going to do for future shows, because like this is kind of a crazy time and we don't exactly know like what the future is going to hold, but I think I have a solid idea of what I want to do for like the show continuing on. So we know for sure that the show will always be on Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. and it will always be available on my YouTube. So if anyone listening on the radio needs it, the link will be in the bio of my Instagram at Chloe Kowalik. So that is CHLOEKLWALYK. So once again, you don't need to follow me or anything, but the account is public if you need to access the link. So if there is enough interest in the show, perhaps I'll make a separate Instagram page for it. But as of right now, I'll just kind of like keep it on my personal Instagram for now. But so while I'm on campus, I'll be able to be in the station like I am now, which I'll be on the radio and kind of live streaming from here, which I know it's a bit of an interesting background for now. But I know that at Fredonia, we are all going to go home for the remainder of the semester as a safety precaution. So there's going to be a little bit of a difference there that I'll explain in a minute. But just to let you guys know, the show will end around like 10 minutes earlier, so I can sanitize the equipment for the next person to go in there and use the equipment. So safety is a major priority right now. And I want to ensure the safety of the other members of the station and other people having shows and coming in here and doing work. I just want to make sure that I can like wipe down everything in case someone needs to come in after I am done. So that's a temporary thing that I'll end 10 minutes early, just while I'm in the station. But another idea that I had, the show on October 29th, 3 weeks from today, is going to be our Halloween show. Since Halloween is on a Saturday and our show is on a Thursday, it's coming up. So I think we call it a spooky special, if you will. I think it might be cool to discuss some of the most highly regarded horror games in gaming, some of my personal favorites, and I would even love to include your input on the horror games that you guys really like. If you think like PewDiePie as a gaming YouTuber, as he started out, he started playing games like Amnesia and other horror games. So I think horror games did like a major thing for the gaming community, especially with someone as big as PewDiePie playing horror games. And plus, it'll be like around Halloween time, so I think that it'll be really fun to talk about like some of our favorite horror games. Like some of them are based on movies like The Blair Witch, and you have some that have been made into movies like Resident Evil, and then there's just games that have become increasingly popular over the years, and I think that might be really fun to talk about. So you can let me know what games, horror games, you guys would like to talk about on the show. So another thing, like I said earlier, that we would talk about, obviously I won't be able to be in the station when we leave for the semester. Like we have Thanksgiving break and then we're like home. Obviously I won't be able to be in the station as no one's going to be really on campus. But I still want to continue the show. So obviously I can't be in the station, so those tuning in on 88.9 will not be able to tune in during those weeks, but when I come back, it'll be the same as it is now. So, however, I will still stream live on my YouTube channel from home, and I'll make like a little setup for you guys in my room. I've got some like LED lights, and like it'll be cool. It'll be a better background than we kind of have now. But also, if you are listening on the Fredonia radio station's systems live and you're sending in chats right now, I can't see them from that channel. So if there's anything that you wanted to say, please either reach out to me somehow on my Instagram, or if you have me on anything else, and just let me know if there's anything I need to fix or that you want to talk about. And then also people on the radio, that goes for you too. So using my channel is probably going to be the only way that you guys could view the show like after we go home, because like I won't be able to be in the station, and I won't have access to the Fredonia Radio YouTube channel. So yeah, I just kind of want to know like what you guys are wanting to talk about for future weeks. Like I don't want this just to be like me talking about my interests and things that I've noticed that are cool to me. Like the movies, that was definitely like a guilty pleasure of mine. Like something I'm very interested in. Like I think it's cool. I'm a big fan of movies. I want to know like about you guys and what's yeah, Mila Jovovich, yeah. She's such a great actress. But yeah, I want to know like about you guys, and I want to make this like a community thing where it's not just my show, but it's also yours as well. So let me know what you guys play on, what your favorite game is, what you would like me to discuss next week, what your favorite genre of gaming is. What are your thoughts on like the topic we discussed? Like, is like that something you guys are interested in that I should talk about more often? Or I don't know, any recommendations would be great, because I don't want to just talk about stuff that's interesting to me and then have you guys bored the whole time. So let me know. That's pretty much it, unless anyone has anything else that they would like to drop in the chat. Drop some pogs in the chat. Drop some Fs in the chat. Sure. Hold on one sec. I have to do a final thing for the show. Okay, hold on. Sorry. Okay. So I would say that's it for this week, since I have to like clean up and kind of like reset the stuff a little bit. I just want to say thank you all so much for tuning in. It really means like a lot to me, and I know things are kind of crazy with COVID right now, so I appreciate everyone that is tuning in, and everyone that kind of popped in, even if you couldn't make it the whole time. I really appreciate it. I poured my heart and soul into the show, and I really want to continue it and have it be something that can be kind of something different, like a break from all of the COVID-19 and all the presidential debate stuff and all the election stuff. Kind of has like a nice break and something more fun. So thank you for tuning in. I know we're about to end on the radio, so let me say goodbye. Bye, radio people. Thank you. Okay, hold on. Let me switch. Okay. All right, I'm gonna keep them turned on for a second. Okay. Okay. Should be. Hello? Okay. We're good. Okay, so everybody on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. It really means a lot to me. Like I said, I really worked a lot on this, coming up with like a show name and making a script and stuff. And I just wanted to say thank you again. I really appreciate it. I hope this was interesting. Please let me know if there's anything else I can talk about or anything you want to hear about. Other than that, I will see you all next week. And I've been Chloe Kowalik. Catch you later.